in the Nelson with that sexy camo. Looks nice. I haven't actually seen it in battle. I've only seen it in port. And of course you got the cool boom flag on there from Pigeon of War. Missy Pigeon. Alright. What camo is this? I think this is the Azure Lane camo, isn't it?
It is the Azure Lane camo, yes.
Yeah.
That's the AL Nelson one.
Yeah, I thought so. Alright, so let's bring the HUD back on. Panzer, let's get you turned up a little bit.
Just don't expect a lot. This is my first game back after pretty much a month hiatus, but there was some shenanigans afoot.
If you don't mind me asking, why were you gone for a month?
Work mostly.
Okay.
Christmas season's pretty rough for kids with special needs. A lot of time with family and not always the best.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So it was real life getting in the way, essentially.
Yes. Much to Duck's jargon.
Yeah. Well, that's okay though. I mean, you know, real life comes first, always, and can be a challenge. I know there have been days where I've even had to say, "Am I going to be able to finish my dailies?" You know.
Yeah. But the premise of this is we were gonna wrap it up for the night, and me and my buddy decided to take silly ships into random, and the plan was originally to form a Maginot line, but I only had Nelson.
Oh, okay, I got it. With with the Strasbourgs, I see. Okay. Well, you're still forming the center, so that can work. And you've got, let's see, you are middle tier. There's a carrier. Now Nelson, of course, it's got those 16-inch guns and a super heal. 25mm plating, which really sucks against larger caliber guns. You only really have to worry about the Massachusetts, though. I don't think the Einrich can overmatch. Oh, Sinop too.
Yeah,
Sinop would be a problem.
And
The Sin Open.
kind of make themselves felt in battle.
Oh yeah.
The plus side is you do have that ridiculously annoying Royal Navy high explosive. So whatever comes of it, you're gonna still end up causing a lot of pain.
Yeah. I don't like using AP in this ship. I just find that it overmatches pretty much everything, and I find the most reliable way to get citadels is to fire HE with IFHE. He did miss the enemy destroyer popping up. That is correct. The Minsk was spotted. Instead, you took the shot at the repulse.
Yeah, don't really know why. I kind of got focused in on the repulse.
Well, at least the Z-23 is in the cap, so it will prevent those destroyers from getting the cap. And the Farragut doesn't realize that he's detected on Hydro, so... Nope, he knows. Okay.
He knows. Question is, doth he have the shot?
Well, that's the problem, right? Because the Farragut's at a point where he can just farm you down and arc over the island there, and your shells, I think, will be a little bit flatter trajectory, so you can't really respond in kind.
That's kind of where I was at this point. I was trying to find targets, and I was real happy he moved forward.
Oh, I can tell. That was great.
I was trying to find something to shoot at.
Well, yeah, you were hunting for targets. Now, the Minsk has said to hell with this, and he's going to go around the corner. Now, you only have secondaries that can fire out the back of the ship, so you've got to be ready to use those secondaries. Cthulhu, this is an Azure Lane camouflage. You know, the weeb stuff.
The stuff that true gentlemen equip.
True.
That's right. Right. True gentlemen of culture. The best camos is SAT score. I mean, it's just a standard economic bonus.
Well, then what are you doing using it, Zaf?
I'm not using it.
Seconds.
I'll never use this camo in battle, and it has nothing to do with the appearances or anything. It has everything to do with the fact that I can use one-time camos for better economic bonus. Oh, don't switch to AP.
No,
I think it would have been
no,
better just firing there.
Yeah, I probably
Yeah,
would
just
have too.
just fire it, because I mean the synop's angled enough that your AP is not going to do much anyways.
He is turning out though, and all of that excitement, and that demonstrates right there why I hate firing AP in this ship. No citadels, 5 penetrations, and a bunch of overpens. Cam was the only good thing about Azure Lane, lol.
True. The captains are fine.
Me and Myth are gonna have some words and chat after this.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? You're really quiet.
I just said that Mythic and I are gonna have some words and chat after this.
Oh, there you go. Now you can see the all the business on the Nelsons up front. And that means you can't fire that 3rd turret right now because it would just shoot itself.
Oh.
I mean, not
Oh,
that
look.
the British haven't done that.
Look, you actually got a citadel. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the only one I got all game.
The captains
Yeah.
make your ears bleed. I agree. I'm not a big fan of the Azure Lane captains. And Dutch I agree with you. He's so lucky that that Sin Up was taken out because you were flat broadside to him. Frankly, I'm surprised he didn't shoot you.
I knew my friend was pushing him, and I also know that the trajectory of the way that island is, it's a little chunky and tends to eat shells more than you would think. So I felt pretty comfortable sitting where I was at.
Oh, only 1 penetration. All that excitement. Minsk did go around the corner, and he is currently chasing your Z-23, which is kind of funny. You bought the Yukikaze to have the F3 torpedo tier 8. How dare you, sir? Yeah, I like the Arpeggio captains better because they're not as squeaky as Deadly as puts it.
Ones.
Honestly, I think this right here is what
Oof.
kind of cost me the battle. This decision right here.
Well, yeah, I mean, so I don't know why you guys are all turning around. I mean, you just gave Massachusetts a beautiful shot there. I guess you could decided to go for the carrier?
My friend was getting really annoyed that he was constantly getting striked, so I decided to support him, and kind of we would pin him between either side, so he was damned if he did, damned if he didn't. And
Well,
the plan
sure.
was he'd go left, I'd go right, and then Massachusetts decided to say hello.
Yeah, but your Strasbourg friend also is stopping. I don't know why he's stopping the other one. He should be moving forward. Zucchini.
Yes.
He should be moving forward now, and he should take over as that side. So what you do is you look at the Massachusetts, and you try to look at where he's at, and you time the turn. You're not timing the turn, you're just turning. You wait for him to shoot, and then you start turning. And then you set it up so that when you're flat broadside, you're behind the island. So I would have waited to turn until those shells basically were about to hit, and then turn. And see, now you're looking at the Massachusetts. And now what you do is you point your bow towards the Massachusetts, guns to the right to hit the Ark Royal from the rear, while your Strasbourg friend moves forward, and now the Ark Royal is trapped. For some odd reason, he's decided to back up. So now you're going to have to just continue on the Ark Royal, and giving a lot of side to the Massachusetts in doing so. Ow.
Do you lecture it broadside to other battleships? Just curious.
Not usually. Not usually, no. This was an odd battle for me, like I said. Usually I'm already at the bottom because I tend to be far more aggressive than this.
Stick with the
Well,
HG
you
on
see-
the Massachusetts, by the way. He's angled enough that your AP is not going to do much.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured that out about 4 salvos too late.
You understand what I was talking about, though, with that maneuver, right? Using that island and then bowing in
Yeah,
towards him?
Absolutely,
Okay.
and that's what I was trying to do, but I haven't touched Nelson in probably 2 or 3 years. and I honestly forgot how sluggish he is, considering.
Oh god, yeah. Yep. Well, and it didn't help your div mate. I'm sure you guys were in voice comms. So I'm not sure why he went the way he did, but
Same reason I struggled at the beginning of the match is he was trying to take out a target and kept bouncing between two, and it ultimately led him getting actually stuck in that channel.
I paused here for a second because I think this is probably the worst place that you could have shot, and we'll play it in a second. But those shells are looking like they're gonna hit right at the thickest part of his armor. I think you would have been better. Maybe I'm wrong. SAT, correct me if I'm wrong, please. But I think you would have been better aiming for under the front part of the bow, like right here.
I would have waited a
Instead.
few more seconds to shoot directly through the bow.
Or shoot right through the bow. Either one, yeah. Because if you shoot right through the bow, then you might hit the Citadel with Warship on the front, right?
Pretty much.
Oh, well, never mind. You managed to... you managed to Citadel him anyways. Now, you will probably finish him with secondaries, so I would be focusing mostly on the Massachusetts and making sure the Massachusetts can't shoot you. I think that's your primary consideration. Alright, he can't now. Good. That only happened because I pointed out, right? I mean, that's what happens in my replay theater. I point out, you know, things, and then it always backfires and blows up my face. No, I wouldn't shoot him here. I wouldn't turn. I would wait until your gun bloom drops and you go undetected, and then turn. Okay, well, you won't go undetected from the gun bloom drop anyway. Never mind.
I wouldn't have that, and I noticed that they were more interested in the team at B than me, so.
I would have zoomed in at least to see where their turrets are pointing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
since I had just watched their shells go into B, I knew where they were shooting.
Okay. Also, change to HE.
Like I said earlier, it took me about 4 or 5 salvos after that one before I realized
Yeah.
that I was goofing. You'll see it with the Massachusetts here in a second, where I realized I done goofed.
Well, I mean, the important thing is you guys have beat back that that push. The Asashio, though, for some odd reason, is detected. Probably Baltimore radar is my guess. That's my hope. He didn't just start shooting his guns at random, but we'll see what happens. Yoshino Black on Greece, okay. Let's see here. Yoshino Black. I see it. Alright, Ash, we got that ready for you. And no, I have not done the Mogador game yet. These glasses are kind of... With the hat, they're digging into my ear. It kind of hurts a bit. There we go.
That's
better. Hate when that happens.
My question is, though, why are you still firing AP? That Massachusetts is just going to shatter. High explosive, like, with Nelson, the AP does work, but 90% of the time, you still want to be shooting high explosive.
Yeah, well, that's what he said earlier. It took him a while to make the decision to change, so...
That's true.
You know, I can see that.
And the big reason that I kept sticking with AP was because the Massachusetts was giving me those flat profiles when he was turning in to shoot at me. And I realized he was just baiting shots in, and then there I finally figured it out and swapped over to what I should have been shooting the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job of baiting those shots. And then Kagero appears. So now you're chasing him into a Kagero. I would probably hit the brakes here.
Hit the
as my
brake.
earbud falls out of my ear.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
goes
just
the
bake
ACAT.
the Bessa. That Massachusetts is mad right now. He is so mad.
Yeah, and it doesn't get much better. I actually felt sympathetic as a member of the Church of the Masshole, but
Hey,
Well,
another
if you wanna-
fire. What do you know?
I mean, if you're an apostle of the Royal Navy, you know there is no sympathy for those whom you torture.
Mm-hmm.
No. Secondary RNG, this is my savior. Forever will be. Little salty about that right there, but I'd rather it be dead.
Yep. I don't know why Zucchini's going hard in like this.
I didn't really appreciate the fact either. I was really hoping he would regroup with me and slow up, but he ends up taking them on 2-on-1, and it sort of
Yeah.
worked for a while until it turns into. Oh, you'll see what it turns into.
I mean, so
Honestly.
Because he's rushing a Kageros in his smoke right now.
he's thinking with AP. He's thinking, I'm just going to AP the Baltimore, get him on the side.
But
Yeah.
he's walked right into a Kagero, that's the thing.
Oh, yeah. The Guppy is shooting the Baltimore. And now, oh, there's the CAG. Okay. Yeah, okay, makes sense. So then now the Guppy's going to die. Unless he's able to YOLO twerp him. That's his only positive outcome. 4 minutes
Honestly,
left in the battle.
You could just shoot AP at the Baltimore. You overmatch him entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They had HE loaded though.
And honestly speaking, I would just keep the HE loaded because the Kagero is right in your face, right? Like, if he pops up, that's just...
He rammed the Baltimore.
He did. It was very honorable, but I wish he had done something else. I don't know
I
why.
wish he would have
couldn't
turned
do
and
it.
twerped him.
Yeah, that
Oh, well.
would have been my preference.
Well, the CAG is in B cap now. And Stevie just got another snack. And he's meowing away. He's happy. He wants back on my lap, I think.
That is a happy cat.
He's a very happy cat. And he's gonna show up. What? Now he's just sitting he's just sitting there looking at me. And he's gonna sit there and look at me for a while and then realize that I'm not gonna get up for him. And then he'll come up to the side of the chair and clear away some of the bags around me.
Yeah, my cat does that, except for she'll sit there and scream at me.
Oh, he does like sitting in my chair, Duckman. He definitely likes sitting in the chair. Here he comes. Alright, so now he just walked up. And let me see if I can... I'm gonna put the lap cam on for a second. See if I can capture this, because... Look at him. he just paws up on the chair, right? And he's like, Daddy, please get me up here. And he can jump up there, but I think he likes it better if I pick him up. So...
The difference between Stevie and my cat, though, is when I try to pick her up, she'll just run away.
Oh, Stevie is all about being picked up. He's kind of lazy like that. And now
He's
the Kagero...
like-
So, Kagero took out your Strasbourg div mate. I didn't see that. We were looking at Stevie, but we kind of knew this was going to happen, right?
Yeah, and it ends up being a 2v1. Spoilers, I don't see them for the rest of the game, basically. And
Yeah,
we
you're
lose
not
on
going to.
point. I did try to taunt them into doing something silly in the chat, but they were
That's all you
wise to
can
my
do.
ways.
Ew. Mouse smells. Yeah, it's still a good game. 150k damage, 2 kills. But, yeah, they're not gonna... The Kagero's long
No.
gone. He's gonna go to C anyways.
Yeah. And then what we noticed right about now in our voice chat is actually that the Baltimore and the Kagero are actually
divved.
in a div, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wagnerian aria eventually goes to the cat box, then back to sleep. Huh. Meet you at A7. Alright, well, we'll fast forward, because we know this is pretty much just you sailing around for a while and getting nowhere fast.
Yeah.
At least you got the cap, so you get some more XP out of that.
Yeah. I just don't know what I could have done differently there at the end to change the battle, and I lost a lot of time and brought a lot of guns out of play when I went after the CV. That's
Yeah.
kind of my thought on it.
Well, and I think that was the big problem was when you chose to go after the carrier, and your div mate didn't go in to hit him at the same time. I think you lost the one Strasbourg by making that turnout, but I think the bigger thing was that you guys kind of broke apart and didn't continue your plan. So
Still, I thought it was an amusing game. Not every day you see AA expert in a Nelson.
Yeah.
that's very true. That's very
Fun
true.
fact, though, out of all those drops on our div, the carrier only hit us twice.